Three, two, one. And we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. This is Angela with another edition of Notes on the News, where I share with you headlines from my news feed that I've personally curated and selected because I thought they were interesting for whatever reason. And we kick it about the headlines, about the subject matter at large, about the story if we're familiar. Hey, welcome on the chat. The stories, if we're familiar with the stories, or whatever happens to come up for us, among us, between us. It's not news, it's just our notes on the news. Like, share, comment, subscribe. What's up? How was your day, Kendrick? My day was pretty good. I'm feeling much better. I was a little crampy yesterday, so I'm glad to be feeling better today. Thank you for asking. How was your day? The channel is Be Fabulous You. I'm Angela. I think I said that. The what you watching is not news. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Like, share, comment, subscribe. It seemed like it's something else, but y'all know what to do. Hey, Ayapo. Y'all are experts at this. And if you're not, then help the peoples. Tell them what to do. I don't know. But all of those things that help to build the channel, we're working on 1,000. We're working on 1,000. So whatever you can do to contribute to that is a blessing and much appreciated. Being here is a blessing and much appreciated. So what's new and good? What's going on? What's exciting in your life personally? Hit the bell for notifications. So that way, if you have to leave early, hit the bell for notifications so you'll know when I come on. Because I might come on every day. I might come on every other day. It might be one. You never know. But if you hit that notification bell, then it's a good chance you're going to know and you're going to find out. Hey, Rowdy Chica. If you do have to leave early, this is going to be uploaded. We are recording live because we live. But if you have to come back later, you can come back later. If you got to leave, you got to leave, but you can come back. I want you to come on back. And if you come late, tell your friends if they came late. Once it's uploaded, they could go back and see what they missed. Yes. All right. Share your good news. This is a place where even though we're reading the headlines and we talking about the news, how you doing, Miss Angela? I'm okay. We talking about the news. We want some good news too. So drop in the comments what's new and good with you personally, what's new and good with your family, what's new and good in your community, what's exciting, what do we need to big up, who can we clap for? We need somebody to clap for every day. We need, so just to get it kicked off, I'll clap for everybody who's already here, whether you live or reading it on the replay, coming in the replay. Woo! 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 All right. Just continue to drop your happiness in the comments because we need the happiness, right? And we're going to jump right into the Nguzo Saba, the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. We cycle through the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. We've been doing that for a while, multitasking, of course, working on classwork. Okay, if you haven't already, please support, comment, like, share, and hit the notification bell. We focus on the Nguzo Saba. We are reading through an essay on each of the principles of Kwanzaa. There are 7 principles of Kwanzaa called Nguzo Saba, which I think means 7 fruits. And we are reading from endarkenment.com an essay on Umoja, and Umoja is our principle for today still. We've been working through Umoja 1 paragraph at a time. So when I say Habaragani, you say Umoja, and we spell Umoja Umoja. Umoja, yay! And it's in English that would mean something like unity, and to strive for a principled and harmonious togetherness in the family, community, nation, and world African community. So we're going to jump right into this paragraph. In African complementaries, I don't know what this word is. Complementarities, of course. In African complementarities, 3 principles interact to it are necessary in reinforcing of both the concept and practice. I think there may be a typo in there, but we're going to keep going. Equality, reciprocity, and friendship. One, equality. Two, reciprocity. Three, friendship. One starts from the assumption of human equality and cultivates social equality as its logical and necessary complement. We all in this together. We all the same. I'm not better than you. You're not better than me. We equal. Um, Reciprocity among equals is morally and socially compelling. And friendship is the fruit and expected outcome of a mutually respectful and mutually beneficial relationship, which is tested and tempered through time and is rooted in mutual investment in each other's happiness. Are you invested in the happiness of your family, your friends, your community, and other African people and people? Yes, we invested in each other's happiness. Happiness, well-being, and development. Happiness, well-being, and development. I like that. Okay, so when that's our first to marinate on. Let's jump into the next segment, and that segment is where we talk to the Buddha and see what's going on, or we let the Buddha talk to us and then we talk back. And it's called Yo Buddha, what up though? I think that's what it's called. That's what we calling it today. And it's from Periodic Words of the Buddha. And this is for August 24th. Is today August? That's tomorrow. Oh, but anyway. Think not lightly of evil, saying, it will not come to me. Drop by drop is the water pot filled. Likewise, the fool, gathering it little by little, fills oneself with evil. And I think, just to kind of like the corollary to that is the wise person, the smart person, the kind person, drop by drop, little by little, fills oneself with good, fills one's life with good, fills one's community with good, fills one's relationships with good. Think not lightly of good, saying, it will come to me. But drop by drop, the water pot is filled. Likewise, the wise person, gathering it little by little, fills oneself with good. You filling yourself with good, or you just filling yourself? Well, fill yourself with good too. Okay, let's proceed with the news feed. Let's jump right into the news feed. Ooh, a new board game. A new board game lets you act out a romantic comedy, and it proves finding love is more difficult than the movies make it seem. It seems so easy in the movies to find love. It just seemed like it just happened. Actually, in the movies, in a romantic comedy, usually they find love very easily. Then something gets in the way, and then they overcome the thing. Actually, they never overcome the thing that got in the way. Usually, they just love each other so much they have to be together because it's a romantic comedy. Don't seem easy to me. Because it's a romantic comedy. And then once they get back together, because they realize that they really love each other and they're willing to overlook the thing that tore them apart, they find out that the thing that tore them apart didn't really tear them apart. It wasn't real. That's how a romantic comedy works, or a romance novel. Same type of formula. So I would love to play this game. I don't know why, but I like romance. I like rom-coms. Okay, so that's coming off of Google. 5 Ukrainian soldiers were just killed and 7 more were wounded in this, the bloodiest day of the war in months. So is this the Afghanistan war? I don't know. I'm so confused about of the war, they say, the bloodiest day of the war. And I would think that in war, more than 5 people would be killed in a day. I would think that if it was like war, it's like 20, 40, 50. So 5 people got killed and 7 people got wounded. And this is the bloodiest day of the war in months. I still don't know what war. Is it the Afghanistan war? I think I saw something that said that the Afghanistan war has been going on for 17 years. That's like if a child is 17 years old, that's like their whole life. Like 17 years is a long time. Okay. The war in Haiti only went on for 10 or 11 years, right? This is the first, so prayers out to the people who lost their lives in that war, and people who are losing their lives in wars, big and small, declared and undeclared, known and unknown, that are going on. So just prayers out to the folks who are making their transitions today, to their families and communities, and just prayers for true peace, not like that pretend peace where can't we all just get along, but like true. The 100 Years' War lasted over 100 years. I think it lasted 116 or 117 years. I think I heard that the other day. Um, so, not like that fake, like, yeah, we just all getting along, but like true deep peace, like sincere, honest peace. 117 years. That's a little trivia for us. So when someone asks us about the 100 Years' War, we can say, I feel like I look like Fuzzy. Is it because my glasses are all smudged up? Okay. This is the first summer in decades without the U.S. Korea war games, and defense experts are nervous. I think that war games are like simulations or something. It sounds sort of like lightweight, like it's a war game. Although I guess the war part doesn't sound lightweight. But why are they matching war with games? But anyway, I think that this is like a simulation. I think it's supposed to be something like to show North Korea, hey, America has South Korea's back. But when Zero met up with the people from with Jim On Yoon, 116, 116 for the 100 Years' War, says Ayapo Yapa. And I noticed that my comments are not showing up on my thing anymore. I don't know why. I'm not clear what's going on. I don't understand. I don't make the rules. I just live here on YouTube occasionally. I don't know what's going on and why. So when Kim Jong-un and Zero met up, they determined that Kim Jong-un was like, don't have the war games, and Zero was like, cool. And so the war games are not happening. That's what I think I understood. Proposed South Carolina African American Museum gets $500,000 gift. I wonder who gave the $500,000 gift. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to give someone a $500,000 gift? Here's a gift. It's $500,000. That would be a nice gift to be able to give. The Samsung Galaxy Note is a $1,000 phone that's actually worth it. A $1,000 phone. A phone that's $1,000. And they say that the iPhone X, iPhone 10 is a $1,000 phone, but they say this phone is actually worth it. Yes, especially if it were given to me, says Ayapo, about a $500,000 gift. No, I mean, wouldn't you like to be able to give? Wouldn't you like to be able to be set up in such a way that you, just like you could probably give, almost any of us could probably give like 5 cents and we wouldn't think nothing of it. 50 cents, we wouldn't think nothing of it. $5, we wouldn't think nothing of it. $50. Hey, Nikki, some of us could probably give a $50 gift. Could you give a $500 gift? Just here's a gift. Could you give a $5,000 gift? Here's $5,000. It's a gift because I want to give you a gift. That's why. No strings attached. No, it's no big deal. It's just a gift. 5,000, what we get? 50,000, 500. Oh, we at 500. So they gave a $500,000 gift. So my little phone that I'm scheming on, I'm looking for is the Key 2, and I think the Key 2 is like a $600 phone. When I have the phone, I think I'm going to be very happy to have the phone. But to me, $600 seems like too much to pay for a phone. But I feel like if I get another phone, I'm going to be upset and I'm not going to be happy. But maybe that's not true. I don't know. But I feel like I want what I want. And I want a Key 2. I want the next BlackBerry. So I don't know. How much are people paying for phones? What do you think is reasonable? Has anybody, because what I had said is like, if I don't have enough money saved up when my phone dies to get the phone I want, I'm going to just get the cheapest phone I can get at the T-Mobile store and just go with that. Am I going to be unhappy? Am I going to be disappointed? Or am I going to be like, this is, because really I got the cheapest tablet. When I first got a tablet, I got the cheapest tablet out there. And now I have like an expensive tablet. But really what makes the difference between my expensive tablet and my cheap tablet is that my expensive tablet comes with a built-in speaker, like a detachable speaker, which also is a holder-upper thinger. And then you deserve it, sister. You will not be happy with anything else working but listening. Hey, Ann! That's right. I want what I want. But the only difference between, so it's got the speaker built in, it's got the holder upper thing. What is that thing? It like sits on the back of the tablet, is holding it up right now. And then that's also a battery pack. So I really, really like that. But in terms of the tablet, I can't tell a difference. So I might not be able to tell the difference if I just got the cheapest phone, because this phone is about 18 years old. So 18 year, you know what it can do? Probably the cheapest phone can do everything my phone can do. And I should just use my money for like going to Costa Rica or something. I don't know, but I want my phone. Missouri is launching an investigation into potential Catholic Church sex abuse in St. Louis. We've been talking about Catholic Church sex abuse for just, it seemed like forever. I guess they have to say potential because they don't know, but I just feel like it's like a given to me, or it seems like a given to me, that these Catholic priests are out here abusing children. That's how I feel. I went to Catholic I don't know if my father was out here, hey Andres, I don't know if the father at my what's his name, Father Ben, I don't know if he was out here abusing little boys. He wasn't abusing me. But I don't know. I just feel like we still got to investigate this. So anyway, Missouri is launching an investigation. Over half of American teenagers say that they spend too much time on their phones and they're trying to cut off. Don't you love when young people say that? Like when like a 4-year-old is like, "Oh, when I was a little kid, blah 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 blah." Or when a teenager is like, "Oh, I spend too much time on my phone. I need to cut back." They seem so cute and mature, like, "Oh, they think they're grown." But anyway, even the little kids feel like they need to cut back on the time they spend on their phone. Do you spend a lot of time on your phone? Do you think you need to cut back? Do they mean cut back in terms of talking on the phone? I bet you that's not what they mean. Who talks on the phone anymore? I do. But I mean, what normal people talk on the phone? Everybody use a phone for everything else. I don't even have any the only thing I have on my phone that I use it for is photos. I use my phone for my news feed, for texting. I don't have any social media apps on my phone anymore. I have them all on my tablet. Although I only have Twitter now because I got rid of Facebook. So yeah, that's what happened. And I just lost my the news feed. So in the meantime, while I get it back up, Habaragani. What's new and good? What's the good news? What's exciting? What we sharing about today? Habaragani. What's the Kwanzaa principle for today? The one that we discussed earlier, the one that we've been discussing the last 4 or 5 times that we've gotten together. It's the first principle. In English, it means unity. Me too. It doesn't go anywhere. Watch me try to sign up again. Watch, try to sign up to it again. What, Facebook? Right. I Ayapo Yapa said Umoja. Yay, Umoja, sign in. So wait, you're saying it doesn't go anywhere because you won't go anywhere, or it doesn't go anywhere because they won't let you leave? Because I have this week, I have the notice coming up that it's been 90 days. Somehow when I tried to leave, they were like, you got something about 90 days. So I had said I wasn't even gonna look at nobody's Facebook for 90 days because I didn't want them to re-sign me up. I deleted it, but it doesn't go nowhere. Oh, yeah, that's what I heard. I heard it's hard to leave. It's like what they say. Was it title? Is one of these? Oh, oh, oh. Okay. It was one of these. This movie. What's this movie thing that I was all excited about for $9.99? You could get unlimited movies, and some people left, and they signing the people back up. The people left like I don't want to be a part of it, and they signing the people up. CDC, that's the Center for Disease Control. Poverty, race, fact, Movie Pass says Ayapo. Yeah. So Movie Pass, they say they just signing people back up who had already unsigned. CDC, poverty, race factor into higher cancer death risk for Black and Latino children. So when Black and Latino children have cancer, says the CDC, they have a higher risk for death because of poverty and race. This is in Not News Today. Because we know about this, right? We already, we are, if you didn't know, now you know. Okay. Austria rejects girlish Iraqi asylum seeker. So this person was from Iraqi. They were trying to go to Austria in order to get asylum. Nothing to do with Fukushima, though. Ah. But would Fukushima affect Black and Latino people more? You think? I don't know. I don't know much about Fukushima. You mean like the nuclear plant in Japan that you know I don't even know. But anyway, something happened to it, and so now it's affecting the ocean. But does that affect Black and brown people more? So this person went to Austria, Austria, right? Austria, not Australia. Who knows? There's no telling when the food and everything else. Right, right. Um, so he's trying to seek asylum in Austria. He's from Iraq, and they rejected him. The ocean, air, and water. It was a meltdown, says Ayapo Yapa. Um, so he's like, look, I need asylum because I'm gay. And they said, well, you don't look gay, you don't act gay, you act too girlish to be gay. And it just kind of got me thinking about like when people are like, well, you don't seem black, you don't talk black, you don't act black, your interests aren't black. And that really, really gets on my nerves because I feel like can't nobody tell nobody how to be black. I remember when I went to college, and one of the women was like, I mean, black means having rats and roaches. And I was like, that ain't what black mean to me. I mean, hey, brother Danubian, everybody had their own experience, but that was not my experience, and I'm still very black. What black means to me might not be what black means to you, but who am I to tell you you don't talk black? Oh, you're a scientist, so that's not a black pursuit. You're a dancer, so you can't. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess people think that black people can dance and sing and play basketball, sing and dance and play basketball. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how you can tell somebody like, you don't act gay, you don't look gay, you're not truly gay. Because some gay people, I think, like if you're talking about men, that some are very flamboyant and some are very, they don't call it butch, but the same thing with the women. Some are like lipstick lesbians, like very feminine and girly, and some are more masculine or very masculine, or I don't know. Shoot. Um, Court upholds decision that Pittsburgh rappers F the Police song is a terroristic threat, not protected by free speech. I was like, a Pittsburgh rappers F the Police song. I thought F the Police was NWA. But apparently, in this particular song, these rappers named the names of some police that I guess they wanted to F, or, not, but F up. I guess. I don't know. But they had named names. So the court upheld the decision that they couldn't say that. Now, I kind of feel like this is on a whole nother subject, not related to that at all. But I kind of feel like if somebody does some jacked up stuff, my mother says that food is expensive, that we're going to be ended up eating dog food. No! I kind of feel like if somebody does some messed up stuff, sometimes it's good to know their name if you want to take corrective action. I mean, that's not related to, anybody's profession or anything. I'm just saying if somebody, so I'm not, I don't need to know anybody's name. Unhinged at the top. Unhinged is the name of Omarosa's book. Omarosa's book hits #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. Now, the New York Times bestseller list is very manipulatable, I have heard, but that's interesting. So you out here buying the book? Did you buy the book? Is that why it hit #1? What's going on? I just couldn't buy her book on GP. Although I did see her interviewed with by who was she interviewed by? It might have been Al Sharpton. And she sounded, but this, I'll tell you this about Omarosa. She can always talk a good, I feel like she has always been articulate and can talk a good game. And I feel like she's like a lawyer. Like she can advance her argument with a straight face and seeming to be sincere. Like she could say anything like, no, the sky is black. I believe the sky is black because the sky is black. Okay, maybe that's not it. But it's like I just feel like she could say whatever and she would say it like she believed it to be true. So I feel like she's always given a good interview. When you listen to her talk, I feel like she always sounds reasonably sane to me. Her arguments are not necessarily solid, but her presentation I think is very solid. She comes across as very poised and articulate to me. But her actions are very suspect. Not interested in the book. Her actions are very suspect. Her choices are very suspect. She appears, I don't know her, she appears to be an opportunist. So no, just on general principle, I wouldn't give her a dime. I wouldn't give her a damn dime. But anyway, somebody is giving her they coins, they money, but it's, I guess. Bayer's Monsanto is being sued by 8,000 plaintiffs for not disclosing alleged cancer risk. I think last week or the week before, sometime here recently, Monsanto was sued by someone. It's gapping here. Y'all see this? um, Monsanto was sued by somebody for them getting cancer or something. And I think that Monsanto lost. So I think that it sounds like the floodgates are open up. I hope that they get sued for all of the money that they have and for money that they don't have, and that the people that own the company are all personally liable, and that their money is gone, and that they have to live on the street and eat. I don't even think that they should eat dandelions and stuff like that, because dandelions are a high quality food. I feel that they should eat genetically modified foods that don't have seeds. That's how I feel. I feel that they should have to eat their products. Trailblazing Cincinnati police captain loses battle with cancer. This is coming off the griot, so I guess this is a black person. Y'all, I'm not really a good fan of police officers. So that brother got 289 mil, says brother Danubian. Me too, says. I guess you're talking about the brother who sued Monsanto. Right. And I don't even think they should like get food. I don't even like they should be like force fed or tortured somehow. I don't know. I don't know. Trail, I do know, but yeah, yeah, okay. Um, this is what it's like to meet someone on the Rent a Friend app. About 5 or 10 years ago, you know how they had these lists of like ways to make money. I learned about the Rent a Friend app, and I was like, could somebody rent me as a friend? And I kind of, it's like, y'all know about the Rent a Friend app. Like you could pay $10 an hour or $50 an hour, or you set your price. Like if you come to Detroit and you want to hang out with me, you pay me $20 or $30 an hour or whatever. I set 33 because that's my favorite number. You can hang out with me, buy me tickets for this, and it's like totally platonic. But it's just like sometimes when people are traveling or new to a place, they want to like meet different people, and so they pay for it. And I think it's interesting because of the transactional nature of relationships anyway. But I don't know how I feel about like actual money in like, I don't know. I mean, so that's why I was kind of like, about the Rent a Friend thing. The poor brother's body is destroyed with cancer by Monsanto, says Danubian. Never heard of it. Interesting. People pay for friendship now. Sounds like another kind of service, says Anne. Um, so I had heard about it and I had kind of thought about it, and I did look at it to see what kinds of things people were advertising, but I don't know. Is my thing fuzzy? So anyway, yeah, Rent a Friend. Hmm. 14 foods that have a lot more protein than you think. When I became a vegetarian, now this is interesting because I've been thinking a lot about how things are tied together that don't seem to be tied together. When I was like really, really into study and homeschooling, people would always be like, homeschooling? I mean, how are the children going to be socialized? And quiet as it's kept, you're the bestest. Hey, Mr. Awesome Anthony, you matter. Yay! Be fabulous you. Um, so years ago when I would my article didn't come up. Homeschooling, people be like, homeschooling, how will the children get socialized? And actually, when I was researching it, the children are actually better socialized if if you have any type of consciousness than most regular children, because most regular children, they only hang out with their same age group, and so they can be a little weird. Like, have you ever talked, like sometimes you'll talk to young people and you'll be like, hi, how are you? And it's almost like they don't know how to talk to anybody who's not their age. Like, what's up with that, you know? And so that was one of the things that they were talking about with homeschooling, that this whole idea of like socialization is like not true. They learn to socialize with people younger than them and older than them, and learn to socialize with all different types of people, you know, if you're doing quality homeschooling. Protein. Oh my God, you're a vegetarian. Where are you going to get your protein from? Now, in this society, in the American society, where we have the standard American diet, also known as SAD, the SAD diet, the standard American diet. Um, you know, people get an overabundance of protein. You don't really ever hear of anybody having a shortage of protein, because it's like it's a false narrative. It's a false issue. It's some bullshit. It's some stuff for people to be concerned about that they don't need to be concerned about. So I can't get to the article. It's coming off of Google, but you can Google it anywhere. You don't have to read this particular article, but like they were saying, like peas, and I can't stand no peas. They're mushy to me. I do not like peas. But it was saying that peas have more protein than steak, and that peas also have fiber. And you know, steak and meat and cheese and stuff, it's like you get certain things, but it also takes away things from you. Whereas when you're eating plant-based things, it's just adding value. It's just adding value. So eat more greens, eat more beans, eat less cheese, eat less meat. Yuck, peas and garbanzo beans. Can't eat it. Garbanzo beans. You don't like chickpeas? I only eat them every once in a while. I used to try to get them to make them, but you know what I really just love? I really love lentils, and I really love black eyed peas, and I like black beans. I like kidney beans. Oh, I like those cranberry beans well enough. No hummus either. I don't like hummus, but I don't really like garlic that much. And then tahini kind of weirds me out a little bit too. I think it's because of the garlic. So I don't do hummus. But I used to get this bean dip, which was like black beans. It was a little bit of garlic, some salt, and it was so delicious. I love chickpeas. They're mashed into that stuff. Hummus, says Brother Nubian. Yeah, I'm in the Middle East over here in Detroit, so hummus is like I don't do hummus though. I do tabbouleh. I do majadara. I love majadara. It's amazing how something as simple as lentils and caramelized onions taste that delicious. Like, how does that happen? It's just so good. And I do tabbouleh. And I prefer a whole lentil soup. But a lot of these places have crushed lentil soups, but I like whole lentil soup. But I'll do a crushed lentil soup. So anyway, you can get protein in all different kinds of ways. So don't buy into the propaganda and hype. Do your research. Get out the box. Get cut off. Get separated mentally from the bullshit. The Pentagon is worried about getting jammed by Russia and China, so it's testing lasers to go off the grid. I love lentil soup. I'm going to learn how to make it. Oh, Brother Danubian, it's so easy to make lentil soup. You can take any combination of these things I'm about to tell you. The only thing that you really, really need is lentils. And you can use more lentils or less lentils, depending on your taste. And you'll figure it out as you cook it. Onions. That's the main thing. Onions, garlics. Muslim navy bean soup is great too. I've never had it. Cut up some onions. You could use green onions, but red onions or yellow onions. Onions, fresh garlic, potatoes, maybe, carrots, a little bit of celery. And that's basically it. And then just boil it. It's going to be so delicious. You're going to be like, oh my gosh. You're going to really love it. You're going to fall in love with it. And then once it's done, or once it's almost done, you could put like some kale in or some spinach. I don't really do spinach that much because they say you're not supposed to cook spinach. But lentil soup is the best with some malto meal bread. Is that a Muslim thing, the malto meal bread? Have I ever had that before? I've never had bean pie before. I just can't get over bean and pie. Yeah. And I'm in Detroit. It's the bean pie capital of the world. So the Pentagon is worried. Yes, it's yummy. And it's very easy to make. It only take 45 minutes. If you start your lentils, start them boiling. I actually like to saute my vegetables before I put the lentils in, but even if you just start the lentils boiling, chop up your onions, throw them in, chop up your garlic, throw it in. I have a bean pie at home, a small one. Yum. So the Pentagon is worried about getting jammed by Russia and China, so it's testing lasers to go off grid. Bulletproof bags, as in backpacks for the children. Can U.S. schools keep students safe? So let's not stop the bullets. Let's just make the children bulletproof. Right, lasers for weather, most likely. Yeah, they saying this laser so they can go. Oh, right. They saying it's like, oh, we're scared of China and Russia, but they trying to impact the weather. You think, Miss Ann? So instead of like, let's figure out how to not have the children get shot by bullets, we just gonna figure out how to cope the children. Oh, before the children go to school, we should spray them with a bulletproof spray. And then when the bullets come, when the school shooters come, they'll be safe. Hey, Sonia sees Ayapo, Delicious, Effin, Upanan, Lazi, Leroy, something. Container ship to break the ice on Russian Arctic route. Oh, I was in the Detroit River a little bit this summer, and were they container ships? The big what are they called? Those big boats, but like shipping containers? No. I think I should make a song with your voice, BFAB. Yes, it should be like this. Be you. Be fabulous you. Who we gonna be if we ain't we? Hey, Quest, Ion, COG, Garvey. I don't know what the rest is. I probably got it out of order, right? No, not that. Oh, Guevara, but Guevara. That's the jam. That's the best song out there. You can't top that. Why you want to mess with perfection? Hong Kong doctor killed wife and daughter using gas-filled yoga ball. Hey, just what we need. More R&B singing from. Is that an R&B? Is my song R&B? Is it? I don't know what genre I put it in. When I put it on iTunes, do you have to file it under a genre? Oh, real bad. No, real and bad. Like, that's the baddest song out there. Eye tracking creates infinite space in virtual reality. You think somebody can stop me? Who was why? Can't nobody stop me. Eye tracking creates infinite space in virtual reality. Ubang, the Nigerian village where men and women speak different languages. Bella is sick. What's she gonna do? Bella can't stop. Can't nobody stop me. This was really a fascinating article. They have different languages. The men and the women, they speak the same language. Okay, so this was part of it, that until around the boys grow up speaking the girls' language, or the boys grow up speaking women's language because they're mostly around their mamas and the aunties and the sisters, I guess. And then at some point the boys realize that the men are speaking a different language. And so naturally around the age of 10 or something, the boys start to speak the men's language. And they say that if the boys don't change over, they think something is wrong. A farming community in southern Nigeria, they think this unique difference is a blessing from God. The female girl, the women call, or the girls and the women call a yam irui, IRUI. But in the male language, the word for yam that the boys and the men use is itong. So that's not even close. The word for clothing is inki for men and ariga for women. Yeah. So I think it's not clear what exactly what proportion of words are different in the two languages, and there's no pattern. There's no problem communicating with people. The again, the men say it's a sign of maturity, like when the little boys start to like pick up the men's language, that's when they know they're becoming men. Oh, by the age of 12, not, I mean, by the age of 10, not around the age of 10, but by the age of 10, boys are expected to speak the male language, he says. There is a stage the male will reach and he discovers he is not using his rightful language. Nobody will tell him he should change to the male language. When he starts speaking the male language, you know that maturity is coming on him. If a child does not switch to the correct language by a certain age, they are considered abnormal. I wonder what happened to them children. They're proud of their language difference. Oppressed United Thugs living Almighty's will. Most of the community offers a biblical explanation. God created Adam and Eve. Anyway, I think that's fascinating. Thug, the heroes under God, says Quest Ion, aka COG Guevara Garvey. Black Klansman, the black man who took on the Klan. It was like a picture of the real guy. Dr. Barbara Ann Tier, founder of Harlem's National Black Theater. National Black Theater. Filed under Mind Your Business. The black the black blogs and stuff, they have some funny titles to me sometimes. This is coming off of the grill. Filed under Mind Your Business. Trump wants to closely study South Africa's practice of taking white farmers' land and giving it to black people. I don't know why they need to closely study. Anyway, let me shut up. Let me just the griot told him to mind his own business. First of all, they not taking they just reversing the takeation that was already took. They not actually taking. They not going. The South Africans are not going over to Europe and taking European land and saying it's South African land. It's African land now. It's our land. We run this. That's not what they're doing. They're just righting a wrong that was done. You don't need to shut up. It's your show. Did I say I was going to shut up? Venezuelans rush to Peru to beat passport deadline. So these Venezuelans, they trying to go everywhere and people trying to shut them out. So Peru, we were reading yesterday or the last time we got together about how there's some issues going on in Brazil where, you know, they got too many Venezuelans coming in, or some people feel like they having some issues with the Venezuelans. And so I guess Peru is about to shut off their, they don't want no more, they can't afford passports. They're stuck. They don't want any more Venezuelans in there. I wish I could understand what really happened with Venezuela, because Venezuela is very oil rich. I think that it's still very oil rich, but it was very oil rich. And I think that the oil and the resources of that country were owned and run by the people of that country. And then the communist leadership went away, and now they have some other leadership, and now it's a whole bunch of mess and confusion. That's the impression that I have. Their bus driver turned president. That's what happened in Venezuela, Anne. Cisco performed the thong song at his own wedding reception. So what do you think of that? Thong, 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 thong. Is that the Cisco thong song? SNL Saturday Night Live veteran Kenan Thompson says he's in for the long haul. He gonna ride that Saturday Night Live until the wheels fall off. He gets a regular paycheck. He don't have to do that much because I don't think they feature him that much on the show. You don't know the thong song? That's probably before your time, because you're what, all of like 18 or 25? Ukraine crisis. Google Cisco and thong song. I ain't mad at him for singing the thong song at his wedding. I don't know. They probably sang the thong song gay. They probably sang I don't see nothing wrong. That's the most unromantic romantic song to me, with a little bump and grind. Like, where is the poetry? Where is the metaphor? Where is the I don't know. I'm like, I don't like that song. Ukraine crisis. 5 soldiers killed in clashes in East. We talked about that already. Or knocking the boots. Right, Anne. Right. BA and Air France to stop flights to Iran next month. I don't know what BA is, maybe British Airlines. They say it's not really cost effective for them. Commission decides Confederate statues to stay at North Carolina State Capitol. I think they say they want to study it. I don't know what they said. Let me see what language they use, because when I read it, I'm 38 and my pop loved that song. He had the CD. Your pop loved that song? You're 38? I had no idea you were so old. Oh, they say they don't want to tear down the Confederate statues. They want to give the Confederate statue more context. Where are today Smokey and Stevie? I know some of these love songs are really, really beautiful. And then some of them are just like, I don't, maybe it's, I just can't appreciate them. Yeah, they want to give it more context. We don't want to dismantle racism. We want to give racism more context. Okay. Oh, it was a commission. So they got a bunch of people around together to study it and decide to do that. She's got stacks for Serena Williams as world's highest paid female athlete. And that's this year, when most of the time she was having a baby. Racism could never be dismantled. Whoa, Sonia C says, that's kind of a deep statement. I don't know if I believe that. I believe that anything that is created can be uncreated. I think that the only thing that can never be dismantled is God. And I don't understand God exactly, but I know that I feel like God is. But everything else is born only to die. So it may seem like it's forever, but it's not. It's like a house of cards to me. Profit, not free speech, governs media companies' decisions on controversy in Not News Today. They saying that the media companies make decisions based on money. And that's a headline. Okay, Moguldom. That's one of the black blogs. Racist YouTuber. I feel like, although I'm a YouTuber, but I feel like it almost like goes, I don't know if it goes without saying. I agree with Sonia C's. Now I would touch the floor to see if hell will freeze over, if hell just froze over. Are you in hell? It's actually natural. Racism and white supremacy are totally different things. What's on? Um, so racist YouTuber Laura Lee dropped by Ulta and other sponsors over offensive tweet. She said something like, black people, if you pull your pants up, you could run from the cops faster. But she said it in 2012. But I think more and more, just like I feel like, no, I'm not in Florida, says Ayako Yapa. I feel like more and more, just like I'm like, I should just assume that these companies are racist, that these companies are not here for me. I feel like that's what I assume about white people, and really quiet as it's kept black people, because I feel like we're part of this system of white supremacy. We're part of the system of I hate black people. We're part of the system of anything black is bad. Ugh. So we have to fight and consciously work hard, to have any space or freedom from believing that stuff about ourselves. So I feel like I just assume racist YouTuber, racist white people, true through conditioning. I just feel like everybody part of the system of, they hate black people and dogging out black people. Unless you just have done the work, continue to do the work, are doing the work. Are you doing the work? Okay. Um Nazanin Zaghari Ratcliffe, Iran grants temporary release. This is a woman, and she was released from, she was in jail in Iran, but I can't really remember the story. Tracy Braxton welcomes Phaedra Parks. Phaedra Parks, who was formerly from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, to Braxton Family Values. I don't know why she's on Braxton Family Values. Did she marry one of the Braxton brothers? Are there any other Braxton brothers? Is she having a relationship with one of the Braxton sisters? How is she connected with Braxton Family Values? The show is called Braxton Family Values. How does she fit in? Maybe people feel like basketball wise, there ain't no basketball, it ain't no wives. But how does Phaedra fit in over on Braxton Family Values? Tracy Braxton welcomes Phaedra Parks to Braxton Family Values and reveals she and her sisters don't discuss business. I don't know if the Braxtons have brothers or not. I'm just saying. SpongeBob's next movie is going to be socially conscious. It's called The Black Clansman. I don't know SpongeBob. I just know he has square pants. So that joke is over my head. Says Ayapo Yapa. Michigan cop who used stun gun on man holding a baby is suspended. He probably suspended with pay, right? Betsy DeVos thinking of using federal money to arm teachers. So there's some money that's like set aside, or that's been allocated for like helping to give children a better education in theory. Like, how can we increase? You have to know SpongeBob to get that one. Like, how can we increase the academic performance of the young people? And she's like, oh, well, the best way to use that money to help young people in their mental and emotional or whatever development is to give money to gun companies so that teachers can be armed and harassing Black and brown children, not just with their words and with their behavior and with their thoughts, but with guns. She's just considering it, though. She's just considering it, though, but it would be in alignment with the types of decisions that she makes. Bullshit. President Trump is the South African government seizing farmers' land. We already talked about that. Arsene Wenger gets heroes welcome in Liberia. Space pictures show hurricane heading to Hawaii. They say it could be the worst hurricane to hit Hawaii in a couple decades. Now, when I first heard about it, it was a level 5. They don't say level 5, but it was at a 5, and it's been downgraded to a 4 the last I heard. So I don't know what's going on now, but they had pictures from space showing the hurricane coming on BBC if you want to see it. Uganda's Bobby Wine. I was seeing Bobby Wine all over Twitter. I'm like, who is Bobby Wine? What is Bobby Wine? I don't understand. Pop star MP charged with treason. He was like a big pop star in Uganda. He shaved off his locks, started wearing suits and stuff. He ran for public office. He got elected. He's an MP. I don't remember what an MP is, but he's an MP. And I think they say that he like speaks to the younger demographic. And he was charged with treason over in Uganda. And they're saying that he was charged with treason because the person who is the president, you disable the islands, then hit the islands, making you homeless, storms, fires, floods, then pounce military police. I don't think it's military police. I think it's something like public office in some other countries. In Uganda, he's an MP. I don't think he's a military police. I think it's like some public office he holds. But in Uganda, I think that the person who has been president has been president. Oh, he's been president for a long time. He like 74, 75, 73, and they had a cap on how old you could be. Like you have to be lower than this age to be president. And now he raised the cap so that he could run for president again and be president. So they say that he's like kind of like the government is after him because they think he's a viable competition for the person who is the leader of Uganda. When he sweeps the award shows. Bobby Wine, Bobiwine. Authorities say they found an alleged drug smuggling tunnel to Mexico in the kitchen of a former KFC. It was like 600 miles and it was operated by ropes. And it went from somebody's house to a kitchen. Museveni, been there since Idi Amin Said, is the president, Sonia says, of Uganda, who I did not know. I did read it in the article. Nobody in here but us chickens. This graphic shows why the Afghanistan war is getting worse after 17 years. What the stars of The Big Bang Theory have to say about the hit TV show ending. He's like 100. He's not that old. I think he's like 75. So I have watched The Big Bang Theory, and I actually thought that The Big Bang Theory was interesting and funny when I watched it. But what I did not like is that they're like the brownest person was like really like an Indian, like really really light. And I'm like, why don't they have any black and brown people in this scientific world? I just don't like it. I didn't, so I stopped watching it. Too much? Candy Burris buys Porsche for her daughter's, or Portia, for her daughter's 16th birthday. I never watched that show, says Sonia Sees. They got plenty of military guarding their poppy fields in Afghanistan. How can it be worse, says Anne. So I don't know what's too much. I don't know what Candy Burris's net worth is. I don't know what millionaires or billionaires or whatever. I don't know what, I don't know. I feel like it would be too much for me, but yeah, so I don't know if it's too much. I feel like I don't know. I mean, how come you counting somebody else? How can I count her coins? And maybe all of the other children at her school, when they turn 16 or in their community, that's just like standard. I don't know. Check it out. Google's idea for an interactive cord, Debrat, is 7.7 million in debt. Check out Google's. I was watching Lisa Ray McCoy on some video yesterday. I fell asleep on it. But I guess she went on some reality show and married some guy, and now they're not married. But isn't that Debrat's sister? Hey, Angela and everyone. Hey, Strange Black Media. What's up, Day Day? Check out Google idea for an interactive cord that you could tap on to control devices and eliminate passwords. I am all here for eliminating passwords. I don't care for all of these passwords. And they want passwords for everything. You try to buy something. Yes, they're sisters. She keeps marrying losers. Does she? Well, she's looking really snatched, and like she's taking good care of herself. She say her daddy fell in love with her mama at first sight. She said her daddy was a man's man. She's a daddy's girl. She want what she want. She looks great though. So I'm all here for. I'm tired of these. They ask for a password for everything. Burned down house in Vancouver priced at $3 million. At Canadian end of Underground Railroad, issues not to all black and white. Report says black men seeing black male doctors can bring positive results. I thought she was dating Reverend Al, like Al Sharpton. That's, says Sonia Sees. That's because there are so many freaking criminals out there. So now we have to go through the hassle of passwords for everything. I don't know if I agree, Ayapo. I feel like the criminals are the corporations, and they harassing me. Because why I gotta have, I don't know. Maybe it's because of criminals. So if you're a black man, see a black male doctor. They say the report says that can bring positive results. Spike Lee debuts video for Prince's rendition of Mary Don't You Weep. I want to see that. I meant to watch it yesterday. Israel advances plans for 1,000 new West Bank settler homes. I think this is the continuation of their encroachment or their settlation or their claimation of the land in the Middle East. Kamala Harris wants to attack maternal mortality among black women. Black women are more likely to die before and after having children. The whole country is a corporation, says Sonia Sees. Ravens CB Jimmy Smith out for first few games of season on domestic violence charge. Strange Black Media. All my doctors are black women, but I have seen black male therapists. Lawsuit claims Mayor Rahm Emanuel tried to hide racist email scandal at Chicago's water department. Someone keeps stealing gongs and bells off of buoys in Maine, and now the Coast Guard is offering a cash reward to find out who. Sonia says we used to have black medical centers and office buildings. So they're saying they stealing the stuff they think to sell the metals. Ugh, this is so worrisome. It's so distracting to me. It's like it's gonna fall off or something. I don't know. So they're saying they still in the stuff like to, sell the copper or whatever, like for metal. That's their theory. Ahmadi Muslims seek risk arrest to perform the Hajj pilgrimage. So they're not supposed to be, a certain type of Muslim is supposed to be maybe in Saudi Arabia or wherever they go for their Hajj pilgrimage. Be careful, Ayapo's watching. I don't want it to fall off. I'm trying to keep my clothes on. I don't do that kind of live streaming. um, so they're so they're trying to do their pilgrimage, but they might get arrested because some types of Muslims are not okay. Peace, gods and goddesses. Hey, Rottweiler, what up? If you jump onto the chat live, late, remember that once it's loaded up, you can loop back around and catch what you missed because you don't want to miss nothing. And if you have to leave early, you can, once it's loaded up, you can pick up where you left off and finish up because you don't want to miss nothing. South African man sacked after viral racist rant. Metro Atlanta school superintendent's racist rant reportedly caught on tape threatened to kill N-words. He threatened to kill N-words. He's the superintendent of a school. I would love to go on a pilgrimage. Let's plan one, y'all. Peace, King Ayapo. Sonia says she would love to go on a pilgrimage. Metro Atlanta school we talked about that. Swedish rape. Most convicted attackers are foreign born, says TV propaganda. White man arrested for fatally stabbing, White man arrested for fatally stabbing Black Pittsburgh man was also caught on camera spewing the N-word. This is the third headline out of 4 where it's N-word, 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 spewing the N-word, calling somebody the N-word, getting caught on with a rant saying the N-word. DNC reports attempted cyber attack targeting its voter database. I know, it's so shocking, isn't it, Ayapo? It's like you think that you were in, all of that's not in America though. Some of it was in South Africa. You think you were in an apartheid state or something. Boss moves. TNT orders late night series pilot from Niecy Nash. So she got claws. Now she about to have a late night show. On this day in history, August 22nd, 1989, Huey P. Newton is murdered. You think white folks were on code. I know. It's weird, isn't it? So rest in peace to Huey P. Newton, ancestor who made his transition in 89 through murderation. He didn't just die. He was murdered in 1989. And thank you for your service. Niecy is irritating, says Sonia Sees. I like Niecy Nash. Is she the one that used to wear the flower in her hair all the time? I like her because she's curvy and she's sassy. Venezuela crisis. Why has 7% of the population fled the country? Australian drought. Muslims hold Eid event to pray for rain. Say goodbye to the company that made the cute Curie robot. More protection needed for Chinese pangolins. That's an animal. Finally, a cheap smartphone with true flagship power. Oh, a cheap smartphone. We were talking about the $1,000 phone. Maybe I need to look into a cheap smartphone that has true flagship power. That's probably why I got this article. Crazy Rich Asians author Kevin Kwan dodged Singapore national service. They saying you're supposed to serve in the army or the military and you didn't. And so I don't care if you got this movie that's doing well or not, you in trouble. That's what the Singapore people are saying. Russia is stockpiling gold as fresh U.S. sanctions loom. Female tech entrepreneur addressing Nigeria's software development skills gap. Oh, I'm so thirsty. Australian baker caught speeding 42 times in a row on the same road. Hey, Anne, says Strange Black Media. So, they had cameras set up. he said he didn't know what the speed limit was because he would come home every night. Now every night I think he would be going 50 miles an hour and the speed limit was 35, but he said it was too dark for him to see what the speed limit was. And he don't get no discount for all them tickets. He was already doing, they take the pictures. It wasn't no flash to let him know a picture was being taken. So he ain't had no idea he was breaking the law. He just started working at this bakery or whatever. And then what had happened was it's a delay between when they take the picture and then when they send him the ticket. So he done got 42 tickets and he have to pay them all. And he just said he went on and paid them. He ain't had the money, but he just went on and paid them. Here's why you shouldn't flush your contact lenses down the drain. I never thought about the contact lenses and the plastic in your eye. I'm always saying that plastic is ubiquitous, but we even put plastic in our eye, those of us who wear contact lenses. And then when you flush it down the drain, it breaks off into little bitty micro pieces of plastic. And then the fish eat it. And for those of us who eat fish, then you're eating fish. Then you're eating plastic with your fish. And so then we're becoming plasticized from the inside and the outside. That's what's happening. So that's why I don't flush your contact lenses down the drain. How about this? How about we make less stuff out of plastic? How about that? How about we not have disposable contact lenses? Because where are you supposed to dispose of them? How about that? How about we stop having all this plastic all over the place? How about that? In pictures, bird photographer of the year. Bird photographer of the year, what does it mean? Is there a dog photographer of the year? Is there a people photographer of the year? Is there a cat photographer? Oh, that's what I was missing. I knew I was missing something. I got an idea. How about LOL? And Sonia is in here cracking people up. Okay. Uber will pay $1.9 million to former and current employees claiming sexual harassment. A Category 5 hurricane is bringing 160-mile-per-hour winds, and the risk of devastating floods is barreling toward Hawaii. For teen mothers facing homelessness, mentors can make a difference. Two men, and actually the article didn't really talk about teen mothers facing homelessness when I skimmed it. It seemed to just be about teen mothers and having mentors who could relate to them and who could connect with them and having additional resources and support systems. Two men and a woman arrested over $75,000 attempted robbery. Police hunt for tourists who stripped off in Rome fountain. Stripped off means stripped. So they was just in their shorts and they was in the fountain and they was like, woohoo, just, and they're like Americans. They don't know how to act. They don't know how to honor anything. They seem like they're American because they speak American English. Hey, Kendra, what's up? They seem like they're American because they speak American English. Why are they in this fountain acting a fool? Why don't they, act like they have some sense? Why are you naked in my fountain? And the fountain is like honoring somebody or something. So people were like, I guess some people thought it was funny and some people were just like, Americans. So the police are hunting for him now. It sounds like Jack Dorsey wants to massively change how you follow people on Twitter. I can't remember what it was saying, but whatever it was, I was not here for it. I feel like if I'm following Sonya Sees, that's because I want to see what Sonya Sees is tweeting. Not naked. Because they was up to no good. Because I want to see what Sonya Sees is tweeting. I don't want you to I'm following Sonya Sees and then you showing me other people's tweets who I didn't want to follow. I want to follow who I want to follow. Saudi Arabia seeks death penalty for woman activists. Why you experience hangover guilt or beer fear after a heavy night of drinking. I did skim this article or read it, but now I can't remember what this whole thing means. What's beer fear? Hangover guilt? Oh, they were saying because when you get drunk, some things get a little foggy and a little fuzzy and you don't quite know what you did. And then you wake up and you feel like a little anxiety and a little fear, like, what did I do? What did I say? So it makes you feel a certain way after a night of heavy drinking. Sleep deprivation can kill you. Here's what sleeping less than 7 hours per night does to your brain and body. Go to sleep. Get sleep. Rest is important. Sleep, rest. The truth comes out when you're drunk, says Sonya Sees. The Hawaii hurricane is a good way to segue into environmental racism. Yeah, I guess, but I'm just reading the headlines. Was there something you wanted to say specifically about environmental racism? Do you think that Hawaii, because it's like so wealthy, is going to have way more resources than Puerto Rico did or the U.S. Virgin Islands? It seemed to me like the U.S. Virgin Islands got a lot less attention because it's browner, because it's blacker than Puerto Rico, because it's lighter. But I don't know. That's just the impression that I got. Slaughtered pigs outnumber Spanish population. They love the pig in Spain, and they slaughter the pig, they grow the pig, they export the pig. They really into the pig, and we saw this when we were watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and they went to Spain. It was like there was just dead pig all over the place, and they have aged pig. It seemed to be a big part of the culture. Pigs, pork. And they were also talking just about like how the environment, like in order to raise a pig, you use a lot more resources than if you weren't using it to raise the pig. If you were just using it, I went to the Virgin Islands. Trust me, they need to rename it. Says Ayapo Yapa. Um, Michael Cohen's lawyer launched a GoFundMe to help him tell the truth about Donald Trump. And it raised $10,000 in less than half an hour. New York Public Library turns classic novels into Insta stories. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not familiar with the Insta stories, but I'm all here for books and literature. I do think reading is fun, and I think that reading is fundamental. Superhead is from Virgin Islands. Oh, really? Vaping every day could double your risk of a heart attack, new research suggests. Eswatini stands by Taiwan despite Chinese pressure. So I think that Eswatini, which used to be Swaziland, Eswatini is the only, I think it's the only country that is a true monarchy, at least in Al-Kibalan, but maybe in the world, I don't remember now. But a lot of countries, I guess China is like, look, if you're with us, you could Taiwan, you can't recognize Taiwan as independent. So if you want to be down with us as China, you got to denounce Taiwan. And Eswatini is like, no, we're here for Taiwan. We're not. So they're not giving into pressure. They standing by Taiwan despite the Chinese pressure. Kerala floods, 1 million in camps and thousands stranded. A powerful magnitude 7.3 earthquake shook Venezuela's east coast. Oh, I thought people were evacuating Venezuela because of a financial crisis. I didn't realize that there was an earthquake, 7.3 magnitude. So prayers out to Venezuela. I did not know that. I think it's messed up that they're raising plane tickets to over $10,000 out of Hawaii. Only rich people can afford those prices. Yeah, I think that's messed up. I think that's very messed up. That's exploiting a situation. Attacks on cash handling vehicles surge in South Africa. We talked about this before. It was a headline before. These armored vehicles, they like just getting attacked, people attacking them in broad daylight, taking the money. They like, that's where the money is. We gonna attack them. And they say it's just a big thing in South Africa. And that was probably about a month or a month and a half ago when this story came up again. So I don't know if this is like a re-loop of the same story or something new. Cricket is tackling sexism in India's schools. In pictures, this is the Sudan I want to show. Even though time is short, let's take a quick look at the picture. Ayapo Taiwan Dishawinis ubiquitious latrell yapa, says Sonia Sees. Oh, look at the baby from the Sudan. Typical greedy capitalist behavior, says Ayapo Yapa, probably referring to the price of. I hadn't heard about no $10,000 plane tickets out of Hawaii. It's a lot of wealthy people in Hawaii. It's a lot of people who are not wealthy in Hawaii. This is the Sudan I want to show in pictures. MIT finds a way for submarines to talk directly to airplanes. Usually, I guess they say submarines are below the water, so they can't talk to the airplanes. They can't talk to nothing. Most of the people of color in Hawaii can't afford those prices. Still says strange black media. Right. Um, yeah. And then a lot of people feel like these weather patterns are being created and directed at certain places. Venezuela paralyzed by launch of sovereign Bolivar currency. Yo, airplane, what up though? Some Hawaiians want to secede from the Union. They should. Cause Hawaii, I mean, yeah, cause I feel like it's a whole people and a culture there, and like they got took over. You at DC Elementary School flips script, drops name of slave owner for hero principal. Frustrated prisoners demand better conditions, human rights, and nationwide strike. I haven't heard anything about the prisoner strike. I think it started yesterday. What's up with that? Has anybody heard anything? The enslaved people strike. A lawyer at 61, why it's never too late to switch careers. This person became, I think, a lawyer at 61, and I think their mama became a lawyer at 40 or something like that. So they just doing what they want to do. I have a friend who became a lawyer late in life because that's what she wanted to do, and she was really passionate about it. And I love people who are passionate about something. I just really think that's like, I like it. Uber will pay 56 employees a total of 1.9 million for harassment claims. Black teen attacked at country music festival after argument over Confederate battle flag. Sonia sees, I still remember the worst prison revolt in New Mexico in the 80s, I think. And what about Attica in New York? Haitians vexed by cutting of direct flights to Port-au-Prince from major hubs. How much money a woman earns in her lifetime depends partially on how sexist people in the state where she's born, how sexist people are in the state where she's born. New Mexico was the worst. I never heard of Sonia C says. I never even heard of that prison riot. Here's what happens if you die without a will. I guess they're talking about this because Aretha Franklin didn't have a will. Do you have a will? Do you believe in wills? Prince didn't have a will. All right. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to be able to go get some water. It was horrible, horrendous, says Sonia C's in reference to the prison revolt in New Mexico in the 80s. And I was around in the 80s. I'll have to look into that. Okay. I'm reading the email like I'm not sitting here on a live. I'm so excited. I'm about to go get some water. I'm so excited that you were here today, live tonight, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever it is for you. I'm glad you're here. I really appreciate you just for being you. You're the greatest. You're the number one stunner. And it's on purpose that we're here together. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. You don't have to leave YouTube. You definitely don't have to leave channel Be Fabulous You. Go check out some of my playground lists. I'm glad that I'm here too. What's with the big uppercase too? Says Ayapo Yapa. What's with the big uppercase? Get some water. You freezing up. Oh, I'm freezing up. Okay. I'm burning up. And I'm dehydrated. I'm even happy to see Sonia, says Ayapo Yapa. So that's it. That's so you don't have to leave YouTube. You don't have to leave the channel, but you're gonna have to get up out of here in 1 minute. This is the wind down. I don't want to shut anybody off, but we's about to get out of here. So this is the time to share again what's new and good, what you're excited about for you personally, for your family, for your community. Any good news stories that we missed out on that we need to be aware of. We just clapping because we happy. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We just giving hand claps because we happy. Do we have anybody to clap for today? Well, we clap for all of us again. Good broadcast, Angela. You look beautiful today, as usual. Thank you, sir. Okay, so And you look, your avatar always looks the same. You look like the black thinker. So, and also drop in the comments what you're looking forward to. What you looking forward to? What's exciting? What's coming down the pike? Is the new and good your breath? It's a new breath. It's a good breath. Be you. Okay, so it's time. This is the theme music. So is this R&B? Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. A real home. Finishing up this class. This is things we're looking up to. Sonia is looking forward to a real home.
Who you gonna be if you ain't you?
Who we gonna be if we ain't we? Who you gonna be? I don't know why I hold this up.
Ain't you. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you.
Peace. Peace. All right. That's it. Bye. Goodbye. Peace.